From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video for January 11, 2017. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the AUDUSD, the Australian versus the US dollar, for today's trade analysis. But first, a recap of yesterday's trade here on the USD CAD. Yesterday, we were looking at these two blue trend lines that you see rising within the chart, and how over the past several months, we're going all the way back into April, May, June, July of last year, where the market has been in an overall rise along the blue trend lines. But there's been this pattern where it falls into the blue trend lines, where the red trend lines are on my chart, finds support, and then reverses and goes back up. And you can see that going all the way back down here to the bottom left. Support, rally, support, rally, support, rally. One more time, support, rally, and now here we are again into the double blue trend lines that we see here on the chart. The question, of course, is, are we going to see a continuation of the pattern, support, reversal, and rally go higher, or is it going to break lower and continue to go down? Well, yesterday we began looking for opportunities to go long, implying that we would be continuing to look for the upside from the blue trend lines and the continuation of the pattern. Take it down here to the 4-hour time frame. You can see what's been happening over the past several days. This black box down here showing we've been in congestion between the green and the yellow zone. I did take a buy yesterday into the green shaded area. I saw a decent amount of profit. We saw the market rise from the buy level around the 10 to 15 level all the way up, saw 30, 35, 40 pips of profit, and then suddenly it turned back around, took us out at break even, stop loss, and now has just settled back on top of 32.20 again. So I think it's status quo. We continue to buy the green zone, break above the yellow zone, look for reversal, and all of that changes if we get the breakdown under the green zone. We look for continuation of the downtrend and maybe a new longer-term trend from the blue trend lines for the US CAD. Next, moving over to the AUDUSD, Australian US dollar. Again, we're looking at a long-term pattern here for the Australian dollar. We're not looking intraday really here on the daily time frame, but a long-term pattern where we see the black trend line on the right-hand side. The black trend line is a falling trend line. We can see the market found a high up here, and then it fell down, and then it rallied and went into congestion for a period of time, and then it fell back down. And so now we're in that rally phase. You can see the two blue trend lines. The first one showing several weeks ago where it rallied, found resistance, and fell. We're in that rally phase again. The question, of course, is, are we going to find resistance and reverse it, go back down, or is it going to continue to go back up again? And, of course, that question hasn't been answered yet by the market. You look back in time, we've seen historical resistance, congestion, support around the blue shaded area, 73, 75, 73, 95, the blue zone where the current market price is. We've seen historical support here where the blue box is. We've seen resistance back here just above the red circle. In fact, if I scroll it back just a little bit, take a look at these two black circles back on the left-hand side. You can see it just above the purple zone. It touched the blue zone, resistance, and then reversal went back down. So this is a similar scenario that we're in right now, where we're touching the blue zone as resistance like it did back where the black circles are, and now potential is that it reverses and goes down. The risk is, of course, that it breaks the blue zone and continues to go higher. So we bring that back to our current time. Let's zoom it in one time and make some of this a little bit easier to see. There's the blue zone. There's the purple zone. We're above that right now. That's clear to see. We're above that and have been for the past 2 days. But also the past 3 days finding resistance around the blue zone. I've also here on the chart taken Fibonacci retracement measurements from the high of the black trend line up here where the black X is down to the lowest low on the chart, which is all the way down here at the very bottom of the chart. I've taken that Fibonacci measurement. I've also taken a Fibonacci measurement from this high right here in the middle, and I put a black X just above the blue circle right here in the middle of the downtrend. The black X there from that high down to the lowest low. So two different ranges drawn with Fibonacci, and we can see them lining up right here into the blue zone. We can see the 618 of the shorter leg of the downtrend sitting right here at the blue zone, 73.85 or so. We can see the 382 of the longer leg sitting right here at the top of the blue zone, 73.95. So 73.85, 73.95, Fibonacci of the last two downtrends sitting right here at the blue zone. So clearly, Fibonacci is also telling us that we have potential resistance here at the blue shaded area. So we're seeing that, and so this becomes our trading decision point. Let's zoom it in one more time. This becomes our trading decision point. As long as it's within and below that, we would expect resistance, possible reversal in the direction of the trend pattern that we've seen over the past black trend line. goes down to the purple zone, and of course a breakdown of the purple zone, and the blue trend line, we'd likely look for the return back in the downside here. So I think that becomes our focus direction for the Australian dollar. Again, go back to the middle where we see several days, a couple of weeks actually, right here where the black circle is, the blue circle, we see a couple of weeks where the market found resistance into the 74.90, just underneath 7,500, a couple of weeks here, and then finally reversed and went down. So is it out of the question that we could see a week or more settled out in here into the blue shaded area before finally reversing and going back down? No, it's not out of the question. It's happened before. So there's always the risk, of course, is that the buyers continue to remain in control and drive it higher. So we know where our stop losses need to be above the resistance. Take it down here to the 4-hour time frame. And as we get down here, of course, we can see what's been happening over the past couple of days. Let me zoom it out one time. We can see what's been happening over the past couple of days. Resistance is clear and evident here. We're watching for clues to reversal. We're watching for price action. That implies that sellers are coming back in. You know, shooting stars, bearish engulfing candles, those types of price actions that tell us that there are sell orders present here, and sellers are trying to drive this and turn it around back down. So I believe, at least for today, this isn't a great opportunity to go long. First off, into resistance, never a good opportunity to go long because your risk to versus reward is not in your favor. So not a great opportunity to go long, but maybe the best opportunity here is looking for resistance and reversal from the blue zone, targeting back to the purple zone or lower with your risk or stop loss just above the blue zone today for the Australian dollar.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.